Hi Pisces, welcome to your monthly reading for October 2025. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Laura, aka Baby Curl Tarot. I'm a tarot reader, astrologer, and root worker, and I love doing monthly readings for all the zodiac signs here on YouTube, as well as some other fun content over on TikTok and Instagram. I'm gonna go ahead and jump right out into your reading. Keep in mind this is a general message, so whatever comes up, comes up. Also, please do not try and force a reading to fit your personal life, especially if it is a general one that you see online. Okay, if it doesn't seem to fit for your situation, it may just be a message meant for another Pisces. All right, spiritual team, Threads of Fate Oracle, what messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? Let's see. All right, your first card is the Sage. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Power. Okay, interesting. So there could be some really powerful wisdom or realization or information coming to you this month, or that you're going to be sharing this month that could be extremely powerful in terms of progressing you forward in some sort of goal or even personal development, growth, whatever the case is. But I feel like this is also you owning your power, your strength, the strength of your voice, the strength of your knowledge. And I think this is going to be a month where you guys feel very influential, whether that is online or in like your neighborhood, like a local community. But I feel like there is some sort of community that is really going to be looking to you in a lot of ways. And you have a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share. So I think that could play into your month of October. Let's go ahead and get into the tarot though and see what comes up. Spiritual team, Disney Villains Tarot, what messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? What messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? All right, let's see what we got. Okay, we have the Chariot, we have Devil in reverse, we have the Fool, okay, we have, come on, we have the Two of Cups in reverse, and we have the Queen of Coins in reverse. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Coins, we have the Four of Coins, we have Strength in reverse, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and Nine of Cups. I heard we're done with people in situations that come close enough but aren't everything we want. And not in the sense that like they need to be perfect, because let's face it, nobody is perfect. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, there have been relationships or situations where maybe some other people would have settled and said, you know what, I can deal with this one pretty bad thing or a deal breaker, because they have everything else that I'm looking for. And Pisces, I think you guys have decided that you are not going to just settle. Maybe you had thought that you could settle in the past, but I think at this point, a lot of you guys have a deal breaker or two that are absolutely non-negotiable for you, and you're not going to sorry, there's construction happening in my building, but yeah, a lot of you guys are walking away from something that is not good for you, right? It could have been very close, but no cigar. We do have a pair here. We have the King of Coins, we have the Queen of Coins in reverse. And whenever I see the Queen of Coins in reverse, this tells me that this is someone who possibly is a little bit more preoccupied with like how they are perceived in society versus how stable they actually are. So this is someone who's maybe preoccupied with their looks or vanity, or seeming like they have a lot of money, or that they buy expensive things, but they don't have money in their bank account. They're basically living paycheck to paycheck, but they keep buying expensive Birkin bags and whatever to keep up appearances like they have money, instead of taking that money and investing it in something that is actually worthwhile, right? So I think Pisces, you are done jumping into relationships and situations. I'm so sorry. I'm sure you guys can hear that drilling. It's so annoying. I'm going to try and get through this the best I can, but I apologize in advance for all the noise. So, as I was saying, I think you guys are absolutely done with jumping into relationships that are, not sustainable. They may be fun in the moment. They may seem like they're a good fit for you, but in the long run, I think you guys are realizing that you want more out of life than just to look good together, like look good as a couple or look good as a person. You guys either just recently have decided that you want more, or you want something that isn't as shallow, or you don't want to focus on shallower things, or this is something that you have always been, this is the type of person you have always been, and you're realizing that you just really cannot be with people who are this shallow. Okay. So I do see you moving forward, um and being a lot more particular about who it is that you let in your life, in your inner circle. Okay. And I don't see you guys necessarily giving up per se, in terms of finding love or finding friendships or connections, whatever the case may be. But I do see you definitely just recognizing that, hey, you know what? If I keep attracting the same type of person over and over again, or the same type of situation over and over again, then maybe I need to take a break, step away, and really kind of figure out what it is about my energy that keeps attracting these types of situations and people. And maybe there is some inner work, some hidden inner work that needs to be dealt with, um, that maybe you aren't recognizing within yourself. So, for some of you, this power is, that the power card that I pulled before, indicates your personal power, your internal power, knowing that you are worth more and knowing that you don't want to settle for anything less, and knowing just your self-worth and how valuable you are as an individual. Okay. And again, this doesn't have to be just about romantic relationships. This could be about jobs. This could be friends, friendship groups, whatever. Um, so take what resonates. This doesn't always have to be about romance. But if you guys do want a bonus reading in the middle of the month or in a couple of weeks, I do offer them for the top 3 zodiac signs that engage the most with my content at the beginning of the month, these videos here, that you're watching right now. So if you want a love reading and another general reading, please leave a like and a comment. Engage with this video in some way to let me know that you want to see another reading for your sign in a couple of weeks. And if you guys feel like you didn't really resonate with this message, but you do still have a situation that you have questions about, I do offer personal readings as well. And you guys can DM me. You guys can DM me on Instagram and TikTok. My handles are below in the description box. Excuse me. Until I get my website up, that is the only way that you can contact me. I will never reach out to you. So if you have questions or you want to schedule a one-on-one reading, please reach out to me first at those platforms. Okay. So that's what I'm seeing for this reading. I'm going to go ahead and close out your reading with a couple of oracle decks and see what final messages come up for you guys. What else you guys need to know? Spiritual team, Moonology Manifestation Oracle, what final messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? Oop. A couple flip over. Let's see. Let's see. All right, so the first card that came up was New Moon in Aquarius, open up to change. Okay, which I love that. And I think you guys are already kind of opening up to change. You guys are recognizing that there needs to be a change in your life. Okay, so I love to see that that is aligning here with that. And the cards that you have here, especially with having the Fool card and the Chariot card, like that tells me you are on a mission and no one can stop you. Okay, next up you got the full moon in Aries and it says cool your emotions. Very interesting. I didn't get anything necessarily that was like implied you guys were extremely angry or emotional about the situation. I would imagine that it would be just in general, if you've been going through this over and over and over again, or you keep attracting the same type of situation or person over and over again. So some of you guys could have some really strong emotions and feelings about this. You may feel like you need to close yourselves off completely, be hardened. Um, or even be petty in a lot of ways. My water signs, my fellow water signs tend to be very, very petty. So I get it. I'm a Scorpio. Um, so some of you guys could have like a little itch of pettiness or like want to tell people about themselves or do something to like show this person how they made you feel. If you are feeling that way, I don't recommend it. I don't even think they're worth it, honestly. This type of person tends to bring themselves down in a lot of ways. So I think your best bet is to let karma handle it for you. That's just my suggestion, but do what you're going to do. All right, boo boo. And at the bottom of the deck, we have last quarter moon in Aquarius, and it says reflect on your priorities. So, again, I do feel like a lot of you guys may be going inward a little bit right now, too, and kind of reflecting on like, what is it that you actually want, focusing on what you want in certain relationships or situations or jobs or whatever. That focus is really going to be what starts to attract the right type of person. And I know other spiritual people talk about this as well. When you manifest things, you don't focus on the things you don't want because you're going to continuously keep attracting that type of situation or person. It's really important to get clear on what it is that you do want and start focusing on those qualities, and making sure that you are, I guess, aligning yourself internally as well, with that type of individual or that type of energy. I hope that makes sense. It's going to be different for everybody, so I don't want to get too specific. But like I said, if you want to get more specific, you can always reach out to me for a personal reading. All right. Final deck, spiritual team, daily crystal inspiration. What final messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? What final messages do you have for the Pisces collective at this time? Okay, what do we got? Ocean Jasper, schedule yourself in. Yeah, I feel like this month is probably going to be all about you and focusing on yourself. I think it's long overdue. Some of you guys could have recently just gotten out of a relationship or a situation where it was like this person was so self-centered, it was always about them, or it felt like you were constantly coming to this person's rescue or constantly doing something for this person, and not really focusing too much on yourself. But this is also just time for you to focus inward in terms of what it is that you want and really making sure that you are carving out exactly what it is that you're looking for. Next, we have Angel Aura Quartz, Lighten Up. That's for those of you who are, some of you guys have some really, really strong emotions. It keeps coming up clearly. So, for those of you that are having it, this is just a reminder to chill out as best as you can, okay? Next, we have Black Kyanite, Set Strong Boundaries, definitely. So, obviously, setting firm boundaries, but not necessarily closing yourselves off is kind of a delicate balance. So some of you guys may be working through boundary situations and things like that, learning how to set firm boundaries, how to communicate those boundaries, and how to stand firm on those boundaries and stand 10 toes down, so that people don't try and push. Okay. Let's see what else. At the bottom of the deck, we have Hematite, ground yourself. Okay, so this could be just a time where you focus on yourself, grounding, getting back in touch with yourself. And again, I'm so sorry for all this drilling. It sounds like they're right outside my door. That is so annoying. I'm so sorry. But essentially, yeah, grounding yourself, getting back in touch with yourself. And those of you that are also going through a lot of really strong emotions, your nervous system could be really agitated. So grounding and going through grounding exercises can actually help level out your nervous system so that you aren't quite as riled up. All right, Pisces, that is what I'm seeing for you guys this month. Please leave a like and a comment if you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me in the future, and maybe share this with another Pisces if you feel like it would resonate for them. If you want to see more fun content from me, I am also on TikTok and Instagram. As I said earlier, you can find my handles below in the description box, and you can DM me there to schedule a personal one-on-one reading. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate the support. Hope to see you guys at the next reading, and until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye.